For those who don't know me, my name is Dylan Noel, and I'm a performance coach from South Miami, Florida. And I am about to start the Summer Content Challenge. It's going to be a 92-day challenge in which I'm going to be posting to all four of my social media accounts every single day for 92 consecutive days straight. This is the third year in a row that I've done it. The first year that I did it was 2023, right after I graduated from college. The second year that I did it was 2024, and now the summer has come once again, so it's time for me to take my third iteration of the challenge into effect. The first time that I did the Summer Content Challenge in 2023, I went from a little less than, I think it was 500 followers to over 1,500 followers by the end of the year on the back of the success of the Summer Content Challenge. I think I got to north of 1,200 followers by the end of that particular summer, if I'm not mistaken. That ultimately opened a lot of doors for me. It gave me a new direction with my content, and it gave me some freedom to do more with my content and ultimately try to reach new audiences, just because I was getting more feedback. I was getting more, obviously, traffic and volume to my account. This was a very humble beginning. Then in 2024, when I did the challenge for the second time, I ultimately decided to do the challenge again, just because I was very fond of the success from the first iteration of the challenge. When I did the challenge in 2024, I was expecting a fair amount of success. I was expecting a pretty similar level of growth. I wanted to triple my following or at least double my following as I previously did that first summer. I was aiming to actually triple it. I was aiming to go from, I think at the time I started the challenge, I had a little bit over 1,700 followers. And then my goal was to get to a little over 5,000 by the end of that summer. So I ultimately started the Summer Content Challenge. I did reduxes or remixes, essentially, of content that I had made from the previous summer. I'd basically taken similar concepts. I had re-edited them and had posted them to my Instagram with voiceovers, with different graphics and whatnot. And I also added in a number of new ideas for content that I'd gotten based on ideas from other trainers, from other creators. I tried to be a lot more creative and ultimately put out more content consistently. It was a bit of a burnout with the amount of new ideas I was having to constantly serve to my audience. But the challenge was an immeasurable success. On Instagram specifically, I went from a little over 1,700 followers at the beginning of June to over 56,000 at the end of the summer. That was after 92 consecutive days of posting. That success was mainly on the back of probably, I would argue, 5 to 10 different posts that ultimately just blew up, that got me more views than I could have ever possibly imagined during that time. A couple of those pieces of content were promotional pieces, basically promoting my own training and promoting my account. I did a series of posts, and I had been doing a series of posts basically called "This Account May Be For You." It was basically a short compilation of either my training highlights or the training highlights of my athletes, and then going through a list of what benefits this page had to offer, from making athletes faster for athletes who wanted to be more explosive, who wanted to play multiple sports, who wanted to be able to play sports year round and continuously compete. That was ultimately the benefits that I was showcasing in those clips. And then at the very end, I would say, if this is you, if you're an athlete who, X, Y, and Z, this account may be for you. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because I had a few different posts that ultimately got an insane number of views, more than I could have ever imagined. There was one piece of content in particular that is still pinned to the top of my Instagram page, where I got 1.5 million views and I got over 100,000 likes. I'm not certain exactly how many. That one post got me, I think it was 38,000 followers on Instagram alone during that summer. That's a level of success that I don't know if I'll ever, from relatively humble beginnings, I don't know if I'll be able to replicate to that degree. I hope to God that I'm able to do so, because I want to serve as many athletes as I possibly can. And right now I'm coasting at around 45,000 followers on Instagram, just because I've been horrific about posting for the last I want to say 8.5 months. I've been very, very on and off. I've been on social media very, very on and off just because of work and because of training and a million different things. But I have a couple of new mediums in which I'm going to be sharing content. I now have a Discord community that I've been meaning to post to, that I ultimately started. I think this was back in November that I started, but I haven't really had much activity on. I'm going to be doing a lot more of that this summer. I'm going to be obviously making reels that I'm going to cross post to Instagram, to YouTube, to X, to Threads. And I'm also going to be making long form content. This is, I guess, the first episode of the long form version of Dylan Noel training. I think I did a couple of previous videos in the past just talking about things that related to fitness and to health and wellness. And I want to take similar inspiration from those episodes and from those videos, but it'll be with a slightly different focus this time. I'm very excited to start the summer content challenge. I hope that this is the first video of many. And you know, I have very, very big hopes for this iteration of the challenge. Whether or not I will replicate the exact same level of success that I had from last summer, it's uncertain at this point. I'm very, very grateful for the success that I had last summer in doing it. I don't want to seem ungrateful by wishing for the exact same thing, or you know, being disappointed if I don't get there. But I do have big plans for this summer, and I do significantly want to grow my business, and I do significantly want to grow my platform in ways that I started to do last summer, and that I was still kind of figuring out the summer before that. This summer, I want to take it, if I can, to the next level, even if that level might not be incrementally as high as the one that I took, the step that I took last summer. So I'm very, very excited. This will be the first video of many. I'm planning on doing ideally one long form post, which is going to be about, I would say, 8 to 10 minutes long, or about 10,000 words in total, maybe a little bit longer, talking about a variety of topics related to human performance, athletic performance, strength and conditioning, the subtopics within those being speed training, agility training, strength and power training, mobility training, injury prevention to a certain degree, mindset and motivation when it comes to, you know, what I preach to my athletes, that ultimately, with the goal of ultimately helping them achieve things that they previously didn't think were possible. These are all new things that I'm going to be adding this summer, and I'm excited for it. I really am. For the people who have been following along on this channel and on this platform as a whole for either the last couple of months or the last couple of years, or really since its inception, which was, I think, I don't know, 4 years ago when I was in college, this is going to be the next step. And ultimately, it really, really does help me. The more people that you guys ultimately bring on, if you know athletes that are looking for the best information possible, then I cannot stress this enough. This is the place for them, because that is my mission. That is my goal. How can I build the best platform in the world for performance training? And that is, I will not settle for anything less. And so if you have followed along for a significant amount of time on this channel or on this platform, whether you came here from Instagram or from Threads or from Shorts or from X, or even from my Discord, or, you know, maybe even from my own training, maybe I've worked with you in person or online, please, please, please share this video, share this channel, share this platform. I want to help reach and help as many athletes succeed as I possibly can. And it's through you all, it's through you who's watching this right now that I'm able to do so. So please help me out. Share this video, subscribe to my channel, go follow me on all my other socials, and I promise you, you will not regret it. Thank you.